Bunker Samples makes some of my favourite affordable solo string texture libraries. They've released the Intimate Viola, Intimate Cello, and I've done videos on both those products as well. And now they have released the Intimate Violin. It only costs $49, but bear in mind you do need the full version of Kontakt for this. Full price is $99, but you can pick up all three, the viola, cello and violin, for $149, which I feel is very, very reasonable as a bundle price. And what you're getting is a plethora of different articulations. If we actually move into the full version of Kontakt, you can see right there just the amount of different textures and sounds you're getting. Obviously, you're getting your sustains, your normal sounds as well. But you can see you've got a really nice mix of vibratos, rebos, harmonics, concertino as well, some fluctuating trems, as you'll soon hear. You're also getting a couple of different patches as well. You're getting a concertino into Normale, you're getting a really nice dynamic sustain one using the X fade, and then you also have a Swells library and then a Swells time machine one as well, which just gives you a better overall quality sound when you're pushing it to its limits. You're also getting quite a few different mic positions. They've quite literally recorded inside the instrument itself. Super close, close, mid and far ADSR, which is always really nice to see. You're also getting a really nice mix of effects. You're getting delay and reverb, your settings there at the end. And then what I really like about this patch as well is you can specifically apply that delay and reverb to specific mic positions. So if you don't want that on your far mic, but you want it on your close, you can apply that to that specific microphone and not just everything at the same time. But let's now work our way through some of these different articulations. It's such a haunting sound. Now do bear in mind this patch has the dynamic layer separate. You can see we've got triple P, double P and single P articulations there, but if you move over to the dynamic sustain patch, those are all combined and linked to your mod wheel, so you can go between those three different layers. Overall, you have some absolutely gorgeous and intimate, haunting sounds that I just absolutely love. Let's now check out these different mic positions by themselves, starting with the intimate, and we'll go to just sustain and normale for this. So bear in mind, these are not intended to be used as standalone mic positions, but this is quite literally recorded inside the violin itself. I really like the mic positions. There's a nice variety, everything from almost too intimate to a nice far mic. And if you want more of a whole sound, well, that's very easy to do. You simply go in here, send some of that reverb to that far, go over to your settings, turn the actual reverb on, and there's a variety of really good reverbs that you get within Kontakt. We can turn that on, and then of course go back over here. And what's nice, that's just applied to the far, so we can get rid of that. You still have that really intimate sound with the inside and super close. That's just on that far mic, and it adds a beautiful tail to it. Of course, you can completely get rid of that and just have that, or also apply it to the other mic positions, but very intuitive right there. Right, that is your main patch. Another thing I should mention as well, if you want multiple articulations, simply click on one, hold down shift, and click another articulation as well. So you can have quite an interesting stack actually. If we get another mix going here, actually I do want a little bit of that far with that reverb on. You can create some interesting textures. I really like that. Right, let's move on to the dynamic sustain patch. This is where we've got everything within our fader. So now we can go between those different layers. I'd really like to see a legato patch from this company, because I'm sure with these beautiful sounds, it would sound absolutely amazing. Absolutely gorgeous sound. Right, let's move on to our consoldino into Normale. I really like this patch as well because you get a nice variety and it just adds a bit of variety to the sound. If you want these patches to have less dynamic range so you can hear that difference between the two, you can click that button there and control it. Really cool patch. I wish there was one that combined both the concertino into Normale and the dynamic sustains, so you can set them to different faders and then go between both the concertino and Normale, and then also go between the triple P to P. I think that would be a really cool patch and really create some interesting expression. Moving on to the Swells patch, there is a Time Machine Pro version of this, the only difference being this little fader here, where for example on the 1 second we can go all the way down to 74.8%, and you can hear there the sound doesn't degrade at all, and all the way up to 132.1%, so that you can better match the swells to the tempo of your project. But other than that, they are the exact same. What's nice about these swells is they're very organic. You can go between 1, 2, 3, and 4 seconds. You've got Normale, you've got concertino, and then you've got this really cool tremolo effect as well. Same amount of mic positions, which is really cool. And as I said, if you want to tempo match these better with your project, use the Time Machine Pro version. But to quickly demonstrate, that's your 1 second. Two second. Sounds very natural, and 4 seconds is my favorite. And in all honesty, I like playing passages with these swells because just the way they come in and out, and then of course hitting another note 2 seconds later starts the swell again on that note, and so you have this really nice almost passage of time sort of feeling, with that texture, with that dynamic, with that expression that's cooked into the sample itself. And as you can hear from that example as well, it is velocity sensitive, which again you can control from that button there with your dynamics. Moving on to our last and probably my favorite of the three. Beautiful, natural, and organic. Those three words, I think that was three words, really sum up this library as a whole. I think it's very well thought out. I feel it's very, very competitively and well priced for what it is. $49 on the intro price is absolutely amazing for the quality that you're getting. This is a smaller company, bear that in mind, but it's got so much character, and of course does require the full version of Kontakt as well. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Overall, I'm impressed. I love this trilogy of intimate string instruments, and I feel they work extremely well together. I'll have to do a video composing a piece just with these three, but they just have this cool and emotional sound that's so full of character. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.